Hello, everybody. So, want to say hello. Welcome to this beautiful Monday in New Jersey on April 16th. Hope everyone got their taxes done because it's due tomorrow. Normally it would have been done yesterday, but you can't have your taxes due on a Sunday. And what holiday were they talking about? Like, are they talking about Father's Day? Like, is there some holiday I don't know about that's on the federal level? Alright, so hope everyone had a nice weekend. I had a decent weekend this week. Hung out with some friends. I went to the Big Apple Comic Con, which I won't get into specifics, but holy, like there was things not in their control that I would complain about, like, as a thing. I was like, holy crap. Like, you show up there, I think there was air conditioning in one spot, or it was like set to summer, not even summer, it was set to winter air conditioning or something like that, because you walk in there with all the people in there, it's like, breathe. And walk in there, the escalator's busted. You have to walk up, and that's a first world problem, but don't let the fact that it's middle of April fool you. It was hot yesterday, that day. It was like, it was windy, but it was 80, and the temperature inside the building with all those people in there was stifling. Went in, I got some video footage, not as much as I'd like, but good footage nonetheless, and I'm going to do it the way I did last week. With all the videos that I got from Zap Comic Con, I'm going to follow that formula. Like this week, either tomorrow or Wednesday, you guys should be on the lookout for the vlog and the resulting footage stuff. So at least 3 videos. Alright, so give you a preview. I talked to Peter David, who famous for writing the Hulk, for writing Young Justice. Talked to him. Got to talk to Toshio Maeda, and that guy is awesome. If any of you like cartoons where women fight off tentacle monsters and have relations with them, you could probably thank him, because he came out, he did The Blue Girl, and he did Yuretsukuti Giroji. I know I just butchered that somehow. And Legend of the Overfiend was either the English subtitle or it was like the actual subtitle. I can't remember exactly if it was in Japan, Legend of the Overfiend. But yeah, I mean, he didn't invent hentai, but he broke ground, that's for sure. Like, and I'll always have respect for that guy, just because Japan made a law saying you can't depict sex, or you can't have pornographic imagery without it being blacked out, to which he went surreal. And let's see, the convention was great. I got to say hi to Louis Stardust and Animated Lola, both of them on Instagram as Louis Stardust and at Animated Lola. Just so you guys can hear me correctly, Animated Lola, because I just mumbled that one just there. All right, so I had a steak dinner Sunday night for a family member's birthday, and I don't know what it is about steak in general, but a well-cooked steak is perfect. A close to well-cooked steak is better. Like steak is one of the few meals I can think of where it gets better if it's not perfect. And the more close to not perfect it is, that like I had steaks and prime rib yesterday in the birthday celebration, and the meat was tender. Could cut it real easy. The fat just melt in your mouth, but a little bit more pink and all that than how I'd have my steaks. I mean, you go to cut the steaks and one side's definitely a little bit more well cooked than the other, but that's an actual thing. Like if you've ever been in a restaurant and or if you are one of these miscreants, orders the steak black and blue, where you just put one side on the grill, you never flip it, and you wait till the one side is almost burnt and the other side is just cooked through from the bottom up. And I don't know how you do that, but that's almost as crazy as people just eating their steak completely raw, steak tartare. And steak is not like pork, where you can do that with steak. You can't do that with pork. If anyone tries to serve you raw pork, they're not your friend. I don't care what famous restaurant you're at, and they're well, we have pork that's just a little bit undercooked. Then that does not make sense. Undercooked pork to me is they're trying to kill you. Now, that is not to say that there's probably some preparation I'm not counting, but I know that if you put, I want to say shrimp and orange juice, the acidity of the orange juice cooks the shrimp, but to me that's not cooking, that's preparing. And cooking is with heat, and preparing is everything that you make a creation out of. So just throwing that out there. It's 60 degrees out and it's freaking insane. So anyway, steak dinner was awesome. Was very happy to eat it. It's yep, give me that as the one meal I get a day. I'm fine. That potato diet I was on for 1 week, I'm going to continue it into this week. I'm going to try and do it better, because there's a strong mental game to dieting. And my idea was I'm going to replace each meal with either a baked potato or a small thing of mashed potatoes without gravy. And the baked potato would just be a baked potato. It wouldn't be salt, butter, it wouldn't be sour cream or anything like that. And when it comes to diets, it's discipline, it's mental, and there's certain things that they don't tell you about being fat. Now, when you're fat, or when you have fat on your body, your fat cells actually create more fat cells. It's not so much all right, I ate so much, I didn't work out at all, I didn't expel any energy, so all the excess energy gets stored up. It's not as simple as your body deposits unused things as fat. In fact, there's a fat interest rate on your body. So when you're not exercising and you accumulate fat, your fat accumulates more fat just by being there. And your fat has a will of its own almost, because you have to get to a critical point of less fat in order to consistently keep the fat away. So I'm butchering, I'm probably bro sciencing out on this, but I've listened to enough experts that are PhD people that are saying it's not as simple as like working out. You have to like really attack the fat, and like your body has to be forced to use all the fat up. Otherwise, the fat will like try and create more fat for you. See, it used to be, my view of things was, in order to have a body that was 400 pounds all muscle, you had to work really hard at that. And if you had a body of 400 pounds all fat, you had to work really hard at that too. But what I've now learned, as I was saying before, is the amount of fat on your body starts taking care of itself after a certain point. So even if you do coast on your, like if you get to a certain point of overweight, your body will just say, well, this is the way we're going, this is our direction now, and just start making more fat. So the potato diet I was on, there was a couple days where I just broke and got like a chicken sandwich or something other than a potato. And because, like I said, I didn't have the discipline, so I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it better. Like when I eat dinner, because that was the plan, like I would eat regular dinner, so I'm not nutrient deprived, because baked potatoes don't have everything that you need. Like they're just fuel. That's all they are, fuel. If you don't put in milk or salt or butter, they're regular carbs, and I couldn't even tell you if they're the good carbs or the bad carbs. I do know that I just watched how much bread I was eating, and like today, like was horrible. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, it was horrible. So for the rest of the week, the plan is no breads. Like I was doing pretty good last week with no breads. Like I had like a couple things here and there, but I didn't go out of my way to have bread. Like today I went out of my way to have bread, and last week I was pretty good about sugars. This week I wasn't good about sugars. Like today I was not good about sugars, and like I said yesterday, like my one meal was the steak dinner, and it was half meat just by the portion of steak that I had, but it was like greens, vegetables, asparagus, mushrooms and onions, and all that. So I didn't see any weight loss in terms of like I didn't step on the scale and see any pounds come off. I will, however, say this: when I was like 3/4 of my diet was potato based, I got 2 notches on my belt back, and I was wearing a shirt that normally I can't wear because horizontal stripes, all that, doesn't look good, and it fit better. So last week I worked out twice. This week I'm going to try and work out 3 times. I'm going to try and get 3 workouts in. I'm going to try and do better on the potato diet, and if it works, I'm going to know at the end of the month. Even if it doesn't work, I felt better. I felt better going about my day, getting up in the morning. Like I didn't feel sluggish. Now, mind you, I'm not drinking soda. I'm not drinking milk for the most part. Like I'll have 1 milk a week, like one of those Fairlifes. It's a lactose-free, gluten-free, reduced sugar, higher protein, and my fucking camera. How's it going, everybody? All right, part 2. So, goals. Figure I should set some goals for this week. Goal number 1, I'm going to do some gym stuff and make it so that I break a sweat and all that fun stuff, because I did not treat myself well today, diet-wise, and tomorrow I'm going back on the potato diet. Going gonna try and do my best to do a little bit better this week. Like the better I get at things, diet-wise, probably the better I'm gonna feel. Gonna go home. Goal number 2. I'm going to edit all the Big Apple Comic Con video stuff and do a better job of making use of the music that YouTube has for me. So, gonna get things that fit. All right. What else? I have to write a couple log lines for Octal, so gonna work my ass off on those. It's harder to get something right when you have less room to work with, and it's not that writing the lines is hard. It's that there's things that you don't think about. When I was in a poetry workshop, the professor called it soul patrol. Like, don't use soul in your poems because it's too nebulous. It's too, like, what the hell are you talking about? It's too artsy, too it's sort of it doesn't have like that intended drama that you want. It's like it's a sign of like a weaker writer. And what I didn't realize about log lines is that there's an entire list of words that you should not use, like fight or battle or struggle. Like, these are not real good verbs to use. There's like, you're better off using nouns and adjectives than you are like nebulous verbs. And so I have several I gotta write of those, and just follow the advice that others are giving you, because they at least trust their guidance. The other thing I gotta write this week is I gotta write a one-page supervillain assistant comic, and I'm really looking forward to that because I've been wanting to write that one for a while, and now I get the chance to do it. So, goal number 4. Yeah, that's Jim. Lines, and then so 4. Goal number 4. Goal number 4 this week is I'm going to get freaking chapter done of Shield Lad, and now that I got over the hump of like this thing is turning into like word vomit in terms of like if you anyone's ever gone out drinking and they've drank too much and they are not pulling the trigger, but like they're trying to throw up and they can't. It's like, you know what's going to happen, and you know it's going to happen, and you know it's going to happen. Eventually it will happen, or maybe it won't. But it's like the weight of like, all right, like when's my body going to follow through on this? So like that's what Shield Lad has become. It's like I have the story. I've told it to myself so many times in my head that, but I know it's not writing if I don't put it on paper. Like something written well in your head does not exist. Like in the tangible world. Like, you have to be able to say out loud, here, read this, and be able to hand someone something to read, because they have not invented mind reading devices yet. Once that happens, where you can just think books up, there's going to be a lot of thinking authors. There are not going to be a lot of great writing authors left anymore. But so Shield Lad, I could get several of those done tonight and have the rest of the week be gravy. So I'm going to see what happens. But that's it for me this week. I'll talk to you guys on Friday. Give you an update on how things went, and peace.